Judd, as soon as you're ready, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Judd Stone. I represent Marni Yang. We were in court this morning before Judge Stride. I filed a document which we've called Marni Yang's first amended post-conviction petition persisting in her claim of actual innocence. It was filed today, December 15th, 2021. The court continued the matter to January 11th at 2 p.m. For status on the state's response to our first amended post-conviction petition. One of the things that we talk about in this new petition is a newly discovered witness. I met him for the first time on Monday of this week. We had him sign an affidavit affirming the truth of his offered testimony. I've given that affidavit to State's Attorney Reinhardt in an effort to be completely transparent in this process. This witness has told us and affirms in an affidavit that on the morning of Ms. Reuter's murder, Sean Gale came to the Leroy's Barbershop in North Chicago, Illinois. He was a mess, and he was overheard saying, and this is a quote from the witness, "I did it, she's gone." The significant thing about that, well, it's significant in and of itself, but in a context, the significant thing about that is that this witness says that Mr. Gale said, "I did it, she's gone," about 30 to 40 minutes before he received the phone call from the ESPN reporter where Gale is alleged to have feigned lack of knowledge of what it is he said he did, and that his girlfriend, the mother of his putative child, was gone. This becomes a major piece of evidence in Ms. Yang's claim of actual innocence. Let me be very clear about this. I am not a prosecutor. I do not have a grand jury. I do not have dozens of investigators working in my office. The state's attorney has those powers. And the reason we've given this information informally before we filed this motion to the state's attorney is in the hope that he will investigate fully, fairly, and completely our claims of innocence. I'm eager to have the state find the killer of Ronnie Reuter. My job, a job I take both seriously and solemnly, is to advance Marni Yang's claims of innocence. She is innocent. She did not kill Ronnie Reuter. Attached to the petition we filed today are the affidavits of Art Borchers and Dr. Cyril Wecht, each of whom, one a crime scene investigator, the other a pathologist, board certified pathologist, internationally recognized pathologist, have said to a reasonable degree of scientific and medical certainty, Ronnie Reuter was killed by someone other than Marni Yang. Dr. Wecht noted that there were bruises on the eyes and lips of Ms. Reuter that predated and had nothing to do with the shooting, predated by 2 to 4 days. The records from Ms. Reuter's employer said that she called in and did not come to work the days before her death. She did not report being a victim of domestic violence, but the signs of the violence are on her body and older and healing wounds noted by Dr. Wecht. This is a very solemn moment in the case. I don't prosecute. I don't want to prosecute. It's not my job to prosecute, but by God, it's my job to present cases of innocence, and this woman is innocent. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me all right?
I can.
Excellent. This is Doug Graham with the Daily Herald.
How are you today, Doug?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Who was the witness that you spoke with that said that they overheard Sean?
Doug, we've told the state's attorney and the court the identity of that witness. For the protection of that witness, I've asked that his affidavit be filed under seal, and I am not disclosing his identity, not because I or the defense team have anything to hide. We've completely transparently given that information to the state. But I don't want this witness. I'm fearful of the safety of the witness.
And how did your team first find this person?
There's actually an interesting story there, and I'm glad you asked. About 5 years ago, investigators for the defense went to a barbershop in North Chicago where Mr. Gale got his haircut. We went there not to interview witnesses, but to take photographs of the exterior and interior of the barbershop as exhibits in preparation for an eventual evidentiary hearing on Marni's post-conviction petition alleging actual innocence. When they were there, the investigators met with and talked to some of the people in the barbershop. They wanted to follow up with them, but several of them went deep underground, and we've been searching for them. One of them came up Friday last week and was in my office on Monday this week, and that person gave us the affidavit that says that he heard Sean Gale come into the barbershop and say to its owner, "I did it, she's gone." Those are chilling words and must be investigated.
And is so you guys interviewed this person who came forward? Is the transcript of that interview or any information about that interview part of the 84-page packet that you guys put out along with this press release or this press conference?
Paragraphs 39 through 54 contain the relevant information about that witness.
Just to be clear, what was the context of when Gale made that statement, according to the witness?
Read our petition. It will be available later today.
Okay, understood. I think that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you. Are there any other questions? A few months ago, I said in a similar press conference to a group of similar reporters that the deeper this defense team dug, the deeper the state's hole got. I meant it. We are continuing to dig. We're looking for others who were present for that statement. We are doing everything I can imagine that needs to be done to advance Marni Yang's claim of innocence and to provide to the state evidence that it will need to pursue a prosecution against the guilty. This is a deadly serious case. A woman is in prison who is not guilty, who medical and forensic sciences say could not have been the murderer. And it is about time that justice come for Marni Yang. Thank you.